welcome back to another episode of The Square Room. I'm Joe.
Des.
Right before we started this episode, well, not right before, but like before we were chatting, and Des and I, conversations, one thing leads to another, it ebbs, it flows like a river, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And we got on the topic of men being served, a plate of food, dinner by their significant other. Now, my good friend Des over here says, when my girlfriend feeds my son before me, I'm like, what the hell? And I was just like, you're one of those?
All right.
So we kind of have some things.
Nope. Before you guys attack me, Joe, I feel like I need to explain.
Go for it. Because when you said it, to be fair, we said, cut the conversation.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he's going with this. So
Okay.
go for it.
Now, let's be clear that our son is 15 turning 16. And to some of you guys, I understand that doesn't matter. Now, if it was an 8-year-old child or, a younger age, I can understand that. But this is a half-grown man sitting on the couch playing video games. Meanwhile,
there's a full-grown man sitting on the couch playing video games.
No, I don't play video games. That's the worst part.
It was
That's the worst. Oh.
Not anymore, really. You used to.
Yeah, I tried.
You used to.
No, I tried. It was like
you tried, but then you weren't good at them, and you would rage quit, and then
I stopped because I tried. And once in a while, okay, fine. I kind of understand. Maybe he's in a rush. He's whatever. But I was seeing the frequency of it, and the problem for me was that when I do it, when I'm cooking, when I'm serving food, I always share hers first. Always. Even if she's not home, I will set aside her food first. Then I will share his and then mine. Or I'll get him to get your ass up off the couch because you ain't doing shit and come share your food if you're hungry. But regardless of what is going on, she will always share his first. And we had discussed this around some friends. And to her, it was like, oh, well, I'm his mother and I'm this. So my thing is, when your son grows up and expects his woman to do that because he's sitting on the couch playing video games as a grown-ass man and he can't get up and get his own food.
Mind you, kid is 15. Like, cut him a little slack.
No,
like,
but
you're
that's
acting like he's just gonna grow up to be what, Liz?
That's the problem I have is women, they cut their children some slack, but you're not teaching.
But you don't want that from your man.
You see what I'm saying? So when women are complaining, oh, you have a grown ass man sitting playing video games all day with his boys and da. Okay, but are you gonna be a parent to teach your son that, hey, get your ass up and clean the house, get your ass up and do this? Or you're gonna be a mother that's like, oh, well, he's tired, he's been busy all day, he's just relaxing. So don't be mad when your man's been busy all day and kick up his feet like, where's dinner?
Okay, can I ask you though? Because you mentioned his age as a thing. Like, he's not you said he's not 8.
Yes.
He is 16, 15.
Yeah.
At what age do you think they no longer need to come first in that specific way?
I'm going to say it depends. It varies in attitude because each kid is different for sure. If you're old enough to give me sarcasm and attitude, you're old enough to get the fuck up and do this.
For some, that's like 10. For some, that is 8.
So get your ass up and come do this shit.
It's funny because I know you guys may think that like my automatic opinion is opposing to his, and it's not. I think like genuinely, I would probably plate out my man's food first.
You know what I hate about you?
What?
Is that you like to hear the whole situation first.
I'm sorry that I'm a rational human being.
No, that's apology accepted.
Des hears 2 words.
I hear 2 words. I'm like, oh, hell no.
But not just that. You like to decide in your head what the rest of the conversation is going to be.
Yep.
Jump to every single conclusion there could be.
Each one.
And then give your opinion based off of a non-factor because you actually don't know any of the facts.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
So like my inner feminist is like if my man was like, you better serve me first and I would be like, bitch. But if he's, good man, he treats me right. Yes, babe. Let me make your plate for you.
You know what it is?
And
it's
not even a question.
It wasn't like you better serve me first. It was like I've noticed something.
He's like, where's my plate?
Yeah. And like even even sometimes when she's serving, she'd be like, okay, which one do you want? Which one has more? What the fuck? What are you asking? Which one do I want? Anyways, these are my inner thoughts before you guys come attack me and think I'm attacking her. These are my inner thoughts. Out loud, I'm just like, it doesn't matter. But it does matter. It does. And if we were together, Joe, and we had a daughter,
I think your significant other, like their typical portion size.
Exactly.
If anything, you give them a little more, so but it's like you kind of know, so like it shouldn't be a question. That's what we thought too. I mean, I don't want to say that. I feel as a woman, I have to take her side.
And what I also don't like, and to her, she's a great mother for sure. When we go on a date, we go on a date. Mm-hmm. But when we go on a date, I'm buying food for me and you. At the end of our date, I don't want to hear, so what's he gonna eat? He has food at home. We made sure, but he would love that.
Oh, that happens? Oh, you get it to go.
And sometimes she.
Damn, how can I get on this? I want to go play after your date.
Her food, and she won't finish it because
she wants him to try some.
Mentally in her brain, I'm gonna save some for him, but she'll be like, I'm full. I'm gonna take it to go.
A mother's love. It is sweet.
No, that's good. That's good. But if he grows up to be a certain type of man. Can you imagine
on a date, he's like, I'm going to bring some for my mother. the girl would be like.
And she would love that.
It's not like, I just want to pick my mom up some food. It's like, it's a date. Like, your mom is fine. She already ate dinner.
Thank
probably
you very
in bed
much.
At this point.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But for her, it'd be like, oh my God, he's so sweet.
Of course, as a mother, I don't even have a child and I want you talked me out of it, but I want my
I would
unborn child
bad up any son or daughter I had. If my daughter came home like, hey dad, I brought you some food from our date, I'd be like, you let her do that? It's your date. Like, this is about you.
My mom would be like, thank you.
That's why I love you so.
If a man wants to like earn points with my mom, like bring her food.
Yeah.
She'd love that shit.
So that it didn't rub me the wrong way. I just didn't enjoy that because I know, and we spoke about it at the dinner table with the friends, where if it were the other way around and we had a daughter and I kept serving our daughter first, she would have been like, hold on now.
Like, that's daddy's little girl.
What's going on here? This is
I called you daddy first,
That's disgusting. I don't allow that.
You don't like being called daddy?
Absolutely not.
What about father? Pops. Old man.
No, remember we spoke about this at like episode 100 and God knows what. Sir.
Poppy.
Sir.
Sir?
Yeah.
Ew. Who do you think you are? Like, yes, sir.
Woo, stop! How you do that? How you do that? Stop.
Ew. Stop.
What? Yes. Because my children call me daddy, like dad. Yeah. So that's weird.
You know what mine is? Did we talk about it?
We talked about mine.
If you had to guess, what would you say? What's mine?
None.
Are you saying
none.
None or
yes,
Nun?
Nun. Yes, none. As you wish, my lady.
My lady? I would be like, you're fucking calling me old?
No.
Don't look at me like
I
that.
Said no. I said
big,
no.
Big 50-odd-year-old self.
Joe.
Yes?
Joe.
What?
If I'm 50, Joe.
He's trying to say I'm old too.
Hey man. Hey.
No, it's not like a name that I like being called. Ew. And it has to be like in increments. You can't overdo it because then it's like you're corny. Like, you know what I mean? But I like that like good girl. Or like just like praise, like good. Like I don't know.
I've tried the saying like good girl, but it feels so like.
That's what I'm saying. It just has to be sprinkled in. If you say it all the time, then it's like, ugh, like it becomes a turnoff. But I do like good praise. Mm-hmm.
The praise I can understand
because I deserve it.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit.
Some of us don't.
Fact.
But I didn't like how you tried to disrespect me just now. So it's been a while since we have broken out the wheel.
I'm not too sure what this had to do with disrespect, but yes.
Oh, revenge.
No, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, revenge porn. Got
we
it.
will not be implementing the wheel today.
We're not spinning.
We're not going to spin. We're just going to go for... Honestly, Des just seemed a little thirsty to me. And I was like, you want some bacon-flavored soda? And he didn't say yes.
I didn't say yes.
But he didn't say no.
I did not say no. That's
So,
for sure.
You know, but
I said,
as my friends, partner in crime, we're in this together.
We're all in this.
For those of you who don't know, like, we started doing this, like, wheel of, like...
misfortune.
Basically, like a year plus ago.
Yeah.
And, like, these, like, crazy sodas, like, these shitty sodas...
Shitty.
Became, like, a thing.
Like, shitty. Like, they have, like, dill pickle flavored, grass flavor. Joe, please.
No, it's hard to... It's not bad. It smells artificial as...
It does. It smells like, tiger malt? Have you ever had malt?
No.
It smells like a Malta. But, like, when that's...
It just smells like we shouldn't be putting it in our bodies.
100%. 100%.
But yes, the one today that we grabbed from our little box is bacon flavored soda.
That's why the bottle is the way it is.
Yeah, he was wondering why the bottle was
looking
amber.
like somewhere else.
No, but I mean it does.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
Don't.
Do I just pour the whole thing out?
I mean, they would say yes. I would say
Yeah.
no, but we can agree for no.
I'm trying to pour it evenly, like, you know, when it's like...
No, you need more than yours. I have more.
No, you don't.
No, I have... Oh, God.
They're the
never mind.
same.
The smell does not smell good.
They're the same. You have, like, a little bit...
The thing is, I didn't even look. I just heard the... Oh.
Because I put it together. And I was like...
Okay. That's fair enough.
Yeah. It's not that bad. But... All right, let's try it. Cheers. Oh. It's not good.
It's not good,
but it's not bad.
It's not horrible.
Is it bacon? I just took a sip in the time you took a... You drank
because I know if I take a sip and I don't like it, it's going to be hard
you have to, like, digest the flavor and, like, really take it in.
It doesn't taste like bacon. Or at least the bacon I eat.
It doesn't smell like bacon either. No. Or at least not the bacon I eat. Not like chicken bacon, not turkey bacon, not pork bacon, not Canadian bacon.
No.
Maybe like goose bacon or something. Is that a thing?
I don't think so. It's not horrible, though. I wouldn't drink it again on purpose.
No, but we've had some that were really tough.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think the sodas always pleasantly surprise us because, like, we think that they're going to be so bad.
Did you try the creamy garlic one?
The ranch?
Oh, there you go. That's the one it was. Yeah.
We tried it together, silly goose.
I don't remember.
When would I try it alone?
I don't know. Maybe you were bored one night. Wanted to ranch things up.
Ranch isn't even like a dipping sauce or whatever of choice.
Oh.
Because people use ranch as a dipping sauce.
I do.
Yeah. Oh. Like, I'd put ranch on a salad, but, like, I prefer a Caesar, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not my go-to.
With carrot sticks, I'll do ranch.
Yes. It's nice with carrots.
Yeah.
Okay. I was on Twitter, X, the other day.
Oh, God.
And they were sharing, like, embarrassing sex situations. So I figured I would share with you and with the class.
I approve.
So there's a few here. So first one is, we forgot to close the door and my dog came in and started freaking out. He ended up trying to bite my man in the face while he was hitting it from the back.
That's crazy. Wait.
The dog probably thought she was, like, in danger.
That's what you're thinking? I'm trying to... If you're hitting it from the back, I'm assuming he's standing up.
Or kneeling.
Or kneeling.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This might be TMI, but it's
never.
The square room. It's not. When you're doing it doggy style, what is your preferred like position? Is it just like you kneeling on the bed? Is it you standing and her bent over the bed? Are you like on the floor for more grip? You have one leg cock up, one down.
Honestly,
like, are you in like a kneeling position, like the Colin Kaepernick that you love so much?
I think that it depends on who I'm sleeping with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Why does it vary?
because some people have knee problems, and I can respect that. So, what are you okay?
I'm thinking. Okay. Yes.
So,
I'm
if,
processing.
for example, if we're on the floor and I'm doggy styling knee, she's also on her knee.
Yeah.
And that can hurt after a while.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. For a person who has knee problems, I will stand. That way, they're also standing.
Okay. But
And
what's your preference?
I don't have one. Just throw that shit back. Actually, kneeling on the bed, both of us, because I find that they throw it back better that way.
Because it's the most comfortable.
And the bed gives a little bounce for her to bounce. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So your preference is just because of what the other person is able to do?
Yes.
I was thinking
thoughtful.
more like you're. You said that so bold.
I'm thoughtful. You know what's crazy?
For that statement. This is not bad. I'm just sipping on it at this point. Like, it's not good, but it's
it's not good, but it's not bad.
If this was chilled,
it would be a lot better.
I told you we should have chilled
you
it.
Did, but I chat too much. I remember sometime last year or the year before that. Anyways, there was a girl that I slept with in the past, and we were just chatting. And I told her that, like, if I'm being honest, like, I thought you're being pretty dramatic, like, you know, like during sex, like with the oh my god, like all of that stuff.
Oh, she was doing like the porn moaning.
It wasn't even like like everything.
She's
like
screaming?
Not screaming.
Have you ever had a girl scream?
Absolutely. I cover her mouth. Shut up.
Scream?
Not like ow. No.
No. But like.
Yeah, scream in pleasure, like.
Yeah. Like, I can't even. I was gonna try to do it, but I'm like, I don't even know how. It would just come out as like a regular scream if I tried.
Let's call it yelling. Yeah.
Where you're just like, you're doing too much, like, pipe down.
Yeah, I've stopped and been like, relax.
Yeah. Because I feel like they have to be doing that for
That's what I
reasons,
said.
right?
Like, even after sometimes when, like, you know, you guys still kind of feel it because you're sensitive and you might be shaking or, you know, you can't walk immediately kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, I felt like you're being super dramatic. Like, I think you're trying to make me feel better. Like, you know, like, relax. It wasn't even all that. And she was just like, no, Des, like, you haven't been the receiver. So you don't know what it's like when your big self is here pounding. And I'm like, no, I don't know. But, like, I do feel like you're being dramatic. And then I had asked somebody else and they were just like, Des, like, you realize you're a psychopath during sex. And I'm like, nah, you guys are being dramatic. Like, I still to this day don't believe it, but whatever. What does a session look like roughly?
No, I was gonna say, like, what classifies you as a psychopath in their opinion?
I don't know. Because
what did they say? Like, what example did
they didn't give me an example. That's why I think, like, I asked them, I said, okay, I know that we have recorded during.
Recorded? You made a film? A movie?
I mean, a film. Yeah.
Are we going to show the class?
I don't have those anymore. I'm not allowed to.
Des actually has an OnlyFans. So if you want to see these,
I would. But I'm not allowed. My son is 15, 16. I can't do that to him. I don't have the heart to do that.
Would you have an OnlyFans?
Fuck yeah. If I had no kids, fuck yeah. Joe.
What if you didn't have the oldest one? What if the oldest was the youngest? Like,
fuck yeah.
If the oldest was like 5?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Might get your teacher in on it too. Stop playing with me. First of all, I went to my son.
I don't think I could ever like make a movie and like post it.
Yeah, you couldn't post it, but the other person can.
Actually,
I mean, with your consent, Joe. Like, you wouldn't be the one to click post.
No, but I just mean like anything like with my face in it. I don't think I could do.
Mask it up. People like that shit.
I mean, hey, if the dollar amount is right.
And you don't have any tattoos that I know of, so you're good to go.
That you know of.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I said that I know of.
No, I don't. Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Because like, doesn't like Pornhub like pay you?
I thought about it. I did.
I think that would have been perfect for you, like back in the day.
Honestly, it 100% would have, because
you should have jumped on that earlier,
even
in your whole days, you know?
Even there's some times that like I would just get like head and it'd be some crazy head and like
do like the POV.
Oh God! Oh, the videos I used to have.
You've shown me some of your videos.
Woe is
and
me.
I've been like, my eyes. But also like,
yeah.
Damn. Okay. Oh, I realized we only read one.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Hitting it from the back, right? Logistically.
Do you have one? You didn't answer.
What?
Do you have a preference? Do you prefer to stand, kneel?
Oh. I guess the bed. Yeah, I think the bed makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about what you said about like what makes it easier for the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think the hardest one would be like bending over like a counter or a bed or something. Because I feel like you're more restricted.
Okay.
As opposed to on all fours. Like there's nothing in front of you.
Yeah.
Like you have that movement.
That's fair. I like when it's bent over the bed, I usually put one leg up for her.
One of her legs.
Yeah.
Or they meant one of yours. Or both. But I'm just saying like movement wise, like
the bed
more
makes
traditional.
More
even the floor, I think there's more space. But then what you said was the bed is more comfortable.
Yeah.
So I can agree.
Because I think with the floor, like for you guys, it's mostly brace.
Yes.
Brace for impact.
Moving on to the next one. We forgot to close the door and my dog came in. Oh, so what I just read.
I'm looking at you like another dog?
Soaked my dick in ice water because she gave me head after dinner. We had rice and stew and she made it. You can guess her tribe.
I don't understand.
She's clearly African and it was spicy. But then she gave him head.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, that's why he had to specify it was after dinner.
Tribe is crazy.
X and I were in Cowgirl when his Grams drops kicked the door open. Sorry. X and I were in Cowgirl when his Grams drop kicks the door open. Heard me moaning, I guess. We weren't expecting no one to be home. She saw him deep fucking me. Had a Brazilian wax, so she had clear view. He picked me up and threw me across the room like a rag doll, and I hit my head and farted.
Some of these stories, I can't believe them. And I think
I was believing it until the farting.
Yeah.
And Cowgirl, that means grandma came in like at his feet.
Yeah, and looking at her whole asshole.
And everything, and the whole...
Yeah. And he just went, zoop!
Damn. At that point, it's like, grandma, you should have knocked.
Fuck off.
What? It's okay. When he hit it, sometimes he forces my period to come on.
Like, right away? I can understand early.
It should not make it come early. It should just be like if your period's already like about to start but hasn't yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like your uterine lining is shedding, but it hasn't like.
Yeah. If your period's supposed to come like next week, it might come in the next couple of days.
I don't know about that. I know like if it's supposed to come tomorrow, it might come today. I don't know about a week early. Okay, don't look at me like that. Gross. Disgusting. He's looking at me like, hey, you didn't even know the half of it. Why were you drowning? I was bottoming for a guy and I got bored, so turned on a bit of American Horror Story Freak Show and jumped a few times and gasped. He finished and was like, that was amazing. You were really into it. And had no idea. And I had no idea what he was talking about. So what he was trying to say is he was watching a show and jumped and gasped because of the show. Meanwhile, the guy thought it was because of him.
What is bottoming?
When you're at the bottom, you take it. Like this is a man talking about taking it in the pussy from another man.
Okay. I wanted to be clear on what I was thinking. Got it. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was the bottom. And then the top was the one.
Yeah.
I got some head so good, my ass cheeks clenched up so tight. When I got off the bed, I snatched all the sheets off.
That's crazy.
That's actually funny. A girl teased me damn near 2 hours before letting me beat blue balls. And when I finally got it in, it was over in 0.5 seconds.
Yes.
She said, I quote, "That's it. Get off me and take me home."
Yes. That's why I don't understand why people think like what they call blue balls is so funny and like.
It's also like edging too, right? Because some people like to be edged.
And then once you get there and you get to the destination, it's like zoop.
But it's supposed to feel like a bigger, more like crazy orgasm if you've been edged, you know? Like you're brought to the brink and then brought down, and brought to the brink.
Sorry.
What?
I wanted to call somebody to ask them about edging.
You know someone who's
I know somebody who's into some freaky shit. Like,
really?
Yeah, like BDSM, but like safe BDSM, like make sure the person is consenting. And
it's a girl?
It's a guy, and like
he is the dom or the sub?
The dom. But he's like a dom, like the dom that makes you feel safe, like
he's like a good
pee
girl
on
dom.
you dom. Ah! Yeah. Like if you like that,
you
like
lost
he's done
me at
that.
You lost me at pee on you. Pee on who?
Like if you like it, you like it, and he's okay doing it.
Whom? The guy went to sexily throw me back on the pillows, but he overshot and essentially threw me backwards into the wall. My head tucked and completely My head tucked completely underneath me, and my neck cracked like a glow stick. I thought it broke for a second. Shit.
You'll be all right, champ.
I had an experience like that. Well, not that serious. But we were both drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't like throw him back, but like he was kissing me and I like pushed him a little off me, and then he lost balance and then hit his elbow on the bed and cut it open.
Nice.
And had to
Nice.
But he tripped. I didn't like it wasn't supposed to be like a sexy throw. It was like okay, back up for a second, and then it was like a whoa. And
I know somebody who was having sex and they fell off the bed and farted.
Maybe it was the person in the first story.
It could be.
She had an asthma attack while I was choking her. Oh no. Had to carry her outside in the nude so she can get fresh air. No, you didn't.
You didn't. You didn't. There's no window. You couldn't stick her head out the mesh.
Or like take something and like
see
fan her off.
And for me, like during sex, I in the middle of I like to like, are you okay? Like, dude, like I can stop.
Also, that means you don't know how to choke someone. Also, if you have asthma, don't ask someone to choke you. Like, my God.
At least he should know to ease up. She has asthma.
Oh, that's not the whole story, by the way.
Oh.
Had to carry her outside in the nude so she can get fresh air. Neighbors heard the commotion and looked out the window while we were standing there in the nude. Awkward walk of shame in the morning.
What commotion? How loud is she?
Like, I don't know. That one to me.
You couldn't get a jacket to cover her up, or
a blanket,
a sweater,
a sheet from the bed,
a pillowcase.
Maybe something a little more, but my now ex-boyfriend went to undo my bra and I had toilet paper in there for my boob sweat.
That's crazy.
That is hilarious. Terrible, but hilarious. I was with this girl from UCSD and she had the top bunk in her dorm. The entire time she was hitting her head on the roof.
Oh.
She didn't say anything? Probably too concussed to speak.
Thank you. Bitter tongue.
I was so tired one day and my girl at the time was in the mood. She got on top of me and started riding me. And minutes later I was snoring. Why do I feel like you wrote this one?
You're stupid.
Listen, if it's the one thing about Des, he gonna sleep.
100%.
If he has to sleep, he's gonna sleep.
Fell asleep during head and all of that, for sure. For sure.
That's your favorite.
I know, but I was so tired.
Aww.
I was young.
Poor thing. I feel like if anything, you'd more likely fall asleep now.
I was young and the restless.
I was having sex during my vegan/anemic phase, and I told him to choke me. So he put me in a headlock with his elbow like the baby, and I passed out instantly, only to wake up with him fanning me while I made a noise similar to the Grudge for the entire duration I was knocked out.
Why is he choking you like that?
Why in a headlock?
Why are we doing the master lock?
Also, I love how she said she was anemic and so low iron and vegan, so she passed out easily. No, but you see, she woke up, he was fanning her. He didn't take her nude body outside. Like, that makes sense. My sister walked in, looked at us for 10 seconds, and left the room. We never spoke of it. I will never forget it.
Good. Nothing to talk about.
Oh, sorry. Let me rephrase. Did I say my kid sister or just my sister?
No, my sister.
It says my kid sister. Sorry. But that could just mean like 2 years younger.
I walked in on my mom and my stepdad having sex. I never told her that. I was young, maybe like 8.
She didn't know?
I don't think so.
What do you remember seeing? Is that too
No, never. I had a nightmare.
About it?
No, about something.
Oh, and that's what brought you to the room.
Yeah, and I remember I got up, I walked to their room. I didn't knock because it's late and you're sleeping. So I opened the door and I was about to say, Mom. And I just remember her being on top of him. And I just looked and I closed the door and I went back to bed.
Were they like under the sheets like in
I don't think so. No.
In like movies?
No.
Oh.
No, they're at home in real life.
So you saw everything.
Over the sheets. Yeah.
Yeah, because like who actually has sex under the sheets?
I do. We don't stay under the sheets, but yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you like just wake up.
Or you pretend that you're going to sleep.
And then hands start to
You see what I'm saying? You cuddle and then it's like.
Okay, true. I just meant like, like in movies, it's like.
They stay under there.
But no, they'll like go to the bedroom, get under the sheets.
Mm-hmm, and stay there.
Well,
when they're done, they're still under the sheets.
Yeah, because it's to cover things, but
Because when I'm done, there's no sheet on the bed at all. Pillowcase gone.
See, it's all fun in the moment until you have to like make up the bed.
Oh, and then you realize what you did? Ugh.
No.
God.
I went over to this shorty's house once and I'm clapping from the back. Regular shit. Regular shit.
I hate this. Why do you have to write it like this?
The guy's like Twitter handle, like name, not the handle, the name is Baby Zaddy.
Continue, please.
The room is pretty dark, so I can't see much. I slow down a little to give her some slow strokes, and Shorty's dog came in from behind and licked my ass.
It happened to me.
I remember you talked about it. Because we have a clip, and you're like, a dog licked my butt once, and I'm paused, and I'm like, and you're like, what? And I'm like, are you going to tell the rest of that story? Because that sounds wild. He told me his mom wouldn't be able to hear us. Next thing I know, his mom calls him on the phone asking us to quiet down because we're too loud. I would be mortified. If I was at someone's house and their mom heard me, I would be like, well, she'll never accept me as her daughter-in-law now.
You think so?
Because now I'm a whore in her house. Defiling her son.
It's okay.
Nah. Mm-mm. Coming too fast and then playing it off by saying, I heard gunshots. I gotta go make sure nobody got hit.
That's not funny.
It's not funny.
That's
it's
not
stupid. In my 30 years of life, this never happened until now. I don't normally wear panty liners, but I was wetter than usual, so I slapped one on. We got high, and he was about to give me some head. He went to pull down my panty. He went to pull my panties down, and lo and behold, he said, "Ah, damn, babe, what the fuck?" Mind you. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Her period?
No, she was just saying. So you can wear panty liners when you're like spotting, like normally at the beginning or the end of your period. But some people just wear panty liners just in general.
No, so what's his problem?
Because men associate that with your period.
Oh, that's why I said her period? Like, that's what he thought.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, God, like,
Yeah. No, that would throw me off, too.
Right, exactly. So that's something that, like...
And you couldn't tell me otherwise. I wouldn't believe you.
No, but that's the thing. So panty liners are really thin. Like, you can't really wear them when you're on your period. You can only wear them, like, right as it starts before it kicks in and right at the end. But people wear them for sanitary reasons. Some people have, like, discharge. Some people just got that whop. You know what I'm saying? My ex and I were in the middle of, and then I see he's on his phone texting some chick, and I find out he got her pregnant. They aren't together anymore, but they still have the child, and I'm here still single, living life. Why is he texting her while you're...
I gotta answer when I gotta answer.
No, that is...
Yes.
So disrespectful.
I agree.
Because forget the child, like, that's a whole other thing, because that means he cheated. But, like, you're texting her while we're... Okay, so you do you, because I'm not in this anymore. Oh, that was the last one.
Oh.
Yeah. But, the fuck? Nah. Nah.
All of the above. Been there, done that.
Okay, I know what's next
texting.
On the docket. So... We haven't done any listener questions in a couple weeks.
Correct.
and the girls and boys are anxiously awaiting to say some things.
Okay.
So if you are watching and you would like to be a part of the podcast, whether that means you have a question, a story, a comment, anything, really, we would love to hear from you. All you have to do is go to thissquareroom.com. We have a little tab there. You can submit a question. You can choose to be anonymous or not. Whatever you want.
I don't like when you say it like that.
What?
Like, not the intro. The intro was great before that. Yeah, I feel like I'm being targeted and I don't even know anything yet.
So I think we're going to read like 3 today.
Okay.
First one is sweet. The first one is from...
Oh, wait. The first one is sweet.
The first one is from Mark. Mark is responding to our episode from last week. The subject is spinning the block. He says, "Hi guys, I just had to comment on your last video where you guys talked about spinning the block. I had a great experience spinning the block and I recently got engaged over the holidays."
Congratulations.
Congrats. That's so cute. We dated originally around 8 years ago and we were both really young and stupid. She dumped me and I hated her for it until I realized that I needed to grow into the man I was supposed to be. When our paths crossed again 8 years later, it felt like no time had passed. We were kids again, but also so much more mature together and had shared goals and dreams. And it's been history ever since. So I don't have a question for you guys, but I just wanted to say kudos, Des, for spinning the block. I wish you much success with it.
Apparently Joe doesn't.
And Joe and anyone else listening, don't be afraid to give it a try. Of course I wish you... Listen, just because I can't get it out doesn't mean I don't feel it in my soul, okay?
Thank you, Mark. Congrats to you.
That's so cute. See, those are the ones I'm just like, oh my God, you know, it's cute.
It can happen.
Yeah, those are cute. Like, I love, and I love when people, like, you know, find their person and like it's all cute and whatever. I'm trying to think okay. This one is from Kayla. And Kayla says the subject is response to Des.
But don't respond to me. Joe, don't laugh. I hate when you laugh.
Why?
No.
Kayla got so stuff
Kayla. Yo.
Hi, Joe and Des. I'm writing in response to the listener question from episode 244. I'm a fan of the show, so I don't want anything to come across as rude. But I feel compelled to write in because of the complete disregard that Des Wayne had for the girl who wrote the question in and for Jonelle's response. Do you know what she's talking about?
No.
So let me just pull up the episode name. But 244 was, we had someone write in, and she was, where's the podcast? She was asking for advice. 244? Oh, I was like, we don't have 240. It was an X-rated bucket list episode, but someone wrote in. Remember, she was like writing in, and she had a question about her boyfriend, and she was like, he does everything good on paper, but like I'm missing something.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and then we both gave our opinions.
Yes.
So she had to write in. She felt compelled because of the complete disregard that Des Wayne had for the girl who wrote the question, and for you had no regard for my response either.
No.
This young lady described an issue that she was having in her relationship and asked for a woman's perspective on how to go about it. Jonelle gave an empathetic answer with examples and advice, and Des Wayne, you completely made it into something about yourself. In Joe's answer, she mentions not knowing the boyfriend's perspective and gives him the benefit of the doubt, as does the writer. Sorry, there was a typo. Joe also gives advice on how the writer should approach the situation while still leaving the door open for him to express his needs and feel happy and fulfilled in the relationship as well. And you immediately decided to say it sounded like she was talking to a child. You did say that.
Because that's what it sounded like.
It's interesting to me that you think expressing yourself in a healthy way and acknowledging other people's feelings without prejudice translates to you as speaking to a child. You also went on to declare that all men just want to be left alone. You were obviously speaking about your own experiences and preferences, and when Joe challenged that and said that this writer's boyfriend may have other needs, hence the advice to be direct and talk to him, you disregarded all of the healthy communication that Jonelle advised to insist that you know men and you know what will work and
correct, I did.
And how he needs to
Absolutely.
how he needs a date to be left alone and so on and so forth. Sorry, this is so funny to me.
Correct. Absolutely.
I think what you are failing to realize is that you don't know everyone and everything. So making a statement like that while negating some of the extremely valid points that Joe said, along with the writer's core issues, is extremely dismissive and quite frankly, self-indulgent.
Correct.
If you want to talk about yourself and your own issues, by all means do so, but don't take a moment away from the writer's question to tell her to leave her boyfriend alone as a thinly veiled way to tell your girlfriend that you need more space and time to yourself.
Oh, no, I tell her all the time.
There's nothing wrong with your needs, but your, in quotes, advice was unwarranted and clearly coming from a deeper and unrelated space. I enjoy your comedic takes and your moments of true self-reflection, but this was neither of those. It was simply projection with an air of arrogance, and if I were the writer, I would feel very disappointed in your response. I'm truly a fan of you, so I know that as Joe reads this out loud, you have been plotting and planning a response to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
She is a fan, because only a fan would know that.
Absolutely.
Okay, at least you know that. As Joe reads this out loud, you're plotting and planning a response to me, and that is my exact point. It may do you some good to listen to understand rather than to listen to only respond. I am not saying your opinion is wrong, but the time you choose to deliver that opinion while dismissing the healthy advice that Joe was giving was the issue. If you two had been joking and making the situation lighthearted, I could even see it going a little left, but Joe was very serious, as was the question, and I hope you can see and receive what I'm saying in a positive way. Thank you for taking the time to read my feedback. I hope it makes it onto the podcast, as I come to you with nothing but respect for what you both do. Wait.
I didn't say a word.
Kayla, thank you for writing in. You were a very direct girl, which I appreciate. What I want to say is not necessarily to you, a little bit to you, but like kind of to everybody. Not too much. Like, not too much on my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I read this because you reiterated the fact that you're trying to be respectful, but like you were unhappy with something you said. So I'm like, all right, out of respect, we can read it. This is not an invitation for everyone who disagrees with us. Me, Des, both of us. This is not the platform for that. Kayla was very direct, but she reiterated the fact that she's a fan and she respects him. She just didn't agree and didn't like how he handled one thing. We're open to hearing stuff like that, but just like in general, I just want to make sure this is not an open invitation to just go in on people, and like we will not be reading comments that are like that. I just want that to be clear. Not too much on my friend. Des?
Kayla, I do appreciate it. I'm not mad. I don't like the reason why I said what I said is because
he's not mad, but if that was said differently, I would have been upset. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying, and I do understand what the writer was asking and the advice the writer wanted. I do understand that. However, sometimes you need to hear a different perspective. Now, am I speaking from my own problems? Maybe, possibly, most likely. Correct. However, could that be his issue as well? It very much could be, and us not know. You're right. We don't know from his perspective, and Joe is very open, and we don't know what we don't know, so let's go with what we know. We spoke about it earlier in the podcast, this episode, where I'm like, Joe, you're very like open-minded like that, and I'm not. I'm very like, no. I make up scenarios to what it sounds like it could.
I love when she called you out for that. I was like,
100%. Like when she said that, I thought about earlier when I said it. So I know I do that. And I do that because a lot of times you need to hear other perspective of what can be. I'm not saying that I'm completely right. Chances are, do I feel like I'm completely right? Yes. But that's me as a person. I always feel like I'm right, even when I'm wrong. And if you know that, you would have watched Game Night because we lost and I still felt like we won.
Wrong and strong.
You see what I'm saying?
That's my boy.
So it's not that I was trying to be negative or blah, 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 or I just feel like a lot of times men have to dumb down how they really feel to appease to their partner's feelings. Because, and I will say not all men, to make it seem a little nicer. Not all men.
I think it's very obvious that when we speak in this way, whether it's you or me, we have to be speaking generally. Obviously, there's an exception to every rule, right? So like,
And
go off. Don't censor yourself.
As an adult, right? If your boyfriend, whenever he has a problem, comes to you and sits you down, Joe, you know I love you and you know I care about you. However, you did this thing and I don't really like it, and you know it would make me feel better if you did it like this. And
I get what you mean.
At first you're like, okay, you know, I can understand.
A 1-2 time.
But then when that's how you approach me every time,
it feels like
you're talking to a child where you're like, okay, sweetie, sit down and eat your dinner.
Which pick me I talk to?
Who are you talking to? If you have a problem, just say what your problem is. Mm-hmm. Talk to me like a normal person. But a lot of people, when they're talking to their partner about something they feel their partner will not receive well, you tend to soften your voice and you don't want to hurt their feelings. But now I feel like I'm a child. Mm-hmm. And yes, that is how I feel. And I'm speaking as somebody who speaks to a lot of guys who go through this issue, and we all agree on the same thing. Don't talk to me like I'm a child. I'd rather you come be like, yo, Des, honestly, that was some bullshit you did. All right, cool. You know, all right. But if you're going to dumb it down and baby it, no, who would like that?
But also, it's like you're going to give that advice because that's what organically came to you. It's your podcast. The girl who wrote in knew that she was getting advice from Des, not from Dr. Phil, not from a therapist. Like,
I'm a therapist.
Why'd you have a list?
But I'm a therapist.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like,
you know what you asked for.
Right. Like, I don't think... Listen, we gave some real shit. We give some real nuggets of wisdom and information.
And
but
you know what's so crazy that Kayla brought this up is that I have 2 people who actually brought that up to me.
About the same topic?
And it was both men.
Same thing?
Yeah. About the same listener question.
And what did they say?
Damn straight, Des. Yeah. Because, girl, look, if it go on like... That's the Jamaican one. That's one Jamaican. Relax. And
the one that watches?
No, not that one. Like, obviously they watch, but not the one that we're talking about.
Not the one that you think I'm thinking
about. Exactly. Yeah. And then I have another regular person who was just like, no, Des.
I love you say a Jamaican and a regular person.
100%. We're not regular. I know this. And they were just like, no, Des, like, you're not wrong. Like, I hear what Joe is saying and da-da-da, but nah, what you're saying is real shit.
No, I hear what you're saying too.
I know that.
I just think, like, I was giving a very general response because, like I said, I do not know your boyfriend, so I have to give what I think is the...
I know everybody. And everything.
Okay, we're going to get on to the next one, but thank
you, Kayla. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Kayla. Like I said, come at us with respect. We can take criticism.
You know what, Kayla? Uh-oh. Next time... No.
You know when you're thinking like, you know what, and another thing.
No, I was just going to say the next time that like I do say something that sounds crazy and out of pocket to you.
She will.
I don't want you to feel like, yo, let me not say anything.
No, she's going to.
If you had DM'd me that, I would have read it. I would have responded to you. And then I would have talked about it on the podcast. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't have been a listener question. It would have been a me and you convo.
I want to speak for anybody, but I assume because you said it. You
can't assume. Sorry, I'm joking.
I know. You said it on the podcast.
She's addressing it on the podcast. Yeah.
You know?
I figured.
It's like one of those things where like people say shit publicly and then they like
apologize behind closed doors.
Yeah. One of those.
Fair enough.
Okay, so we have one more that we're gonna do. The subject is 244, which is the same one that Kayla was talking about. But this one is from a man.
Okay.
Named Drew. He wrote Drewski.
Drewski.
That's what he wrote. Ew, you know him?
No.
Oh.
As soon as you said Drew, I just thought Drewski.
He wrote Drewski. Capital SKI.
Jeez!
Gosh. He says, "What's up, y'all? This isn't a question, just a comment for Des on episode 244. I usually listen alone, but I got my girl and a few of my male friends to listen to the episode before I decided to write in because I wasn't sure if it was just me or not. Des, my guy, I think your approach isn't going to land well with most people. Not because you're wrong, but because you're projecting.
Yes! The fuck?
And not seeing things clearly.
But I'm not wrong. That's all I heard. That's all I heard, my nigga. I ain't wrong.
He didn't say you're right either.
He didn't say I'm not wrong.
Chill. He said, when that girl wrote in and asked for advice on her situation, it is another typo. It is gave props to her man. She gave props to her man.
Yeah.
She gave props to her man and
saying
just
that he does everything right
and just wanted a little more. She kept it cute, and so did Joe in her answer. You think I'm cute? I'm joking. Joe answered from her personal perspective as
wait a damn minute, Joe. How come you can be personal but I can't be personal?
Don't take it personal.
I'm taking it personal. Because both of them said Joe gave a personal advice and, you know, it was very nice and very open.
Did Kayla say that?
I don't know, but I'm saying she said it now.
She said I gave my answer. I don't know if she said...
I'm saying personal now.
Hold on, I lost my place. Joe answered from her personal perspective as well as her unbiased opinion for a girl she didn't know, and that's how it should be done. My man, what you did was only talk about what you would want in a similar situation and project what's going on in your relationship onto this situation as if it were true. You see what I'm saying? Joe used her real experience to relate to her, but gave advice on the girl's situation. You use your real experience to say it's an absolute fact that this chick needed to leave her man alone for a day to get romance. My boys and I agree that this was not it, bro. It would be different if you were telling a story about your life like y'all often do. Oh, Kayla actually kind of said the same thing.
Kayla said the same thing. Yeah.
But you were telling all your viewers that this is a fact, which it simply is not. You got so caught up that even when Joe said to simply ask what the boyfriend needs, you said, no, just leave him alone. That's when I knew you were projecting. Obviously, you said this is going on in your situation, which is completely valid, but I had to speak up, bro, because you gave this girl some bad advice, not gonna lie. From one man to another, and my friends agree with me too. Drewski, bro, what happened to that? Thanks, Drew. I just want to go back to, I'm curious what Kayla said about my opinion.
No, she never said personal.
No, I don't think she did. No, I know.
I said I just made that up. I said she said it now.
Yeah.
Listen, hear me out.
That's the last one about 244.
No matter what you guys write in, and no matter what question you ask, I will always give my own personal opinion, my own personal life examples, because that's all I can do. So if I were to give her advice non-biasedly, my advice would be Joe's advice, because that's what a non-biased answer sounds like. I'm not here for non-bias.
Nah.
I'm here for how I feel and saying how I feel in this square room, which... if you don't want to leave your man alone and give him space, don't. By all means. You want my advice? You're asking for our advice? That's my advice. If you're telling me everything he does is perfect, but you have this itty-bitty problem.
I love when you say itty-bitty instead of itty-bitty.
You have this itty-bitty problem. Yes, that problem feels like the whole entire world. But now, if you take a step back and you look at the grand scheme of things, bruh, come on. And that's to everybody, like, including myself. There's a lot of things that you hear me complain about, my girl this, my girl that. I can take a step back and appreciate the things that she does do. And that way, when she acts a certain way, I shut my mouth and I hug it. Why? Because there's a lot of women out there who cannot cook and don't cook for their man. So when you share my son's plate first, I'm vexed. And I'm going to voice my opinion, but I'm not going to make it an issue. You see what I'm saying?
At least you're getting a meal.
You see what I'm saying? It may be a
little colder than your son's, but
I'm getting a meal. You know what I'm saying? I was home sleeping. She came home from work. She cooked. I'm not mad at it. I'm a little bit confused why he gets his food first, but you know, that's it. So in terms of episode 244, I understand what you guys are saying about what I said. However, yes, I'm projecting. I was going to call you guys bad words, but you guys aren't bad words. But yes, 100%. I'm not saying I'm not projecting. Fuck yeah. The fuck? Duh. Have you heard me talk about sex? I project during. You don't hear when Joe's talking about sex in her nun ways, and I'm just like, Joe, what the fuck? You guys don't say shit then, though. But one little person's feelings might get hurt, and you guys, oh, yeah, you're projecting. I project all the time. Projector, monitor. Duh. What? Joe, don't act like I came for you. I just had to give an example.
I told them not too much on you.
No, that's the first thing that came to my mind.
I'm catching strays when I'm defending.
No, it's not a stray. Joe, it's not a stray.
Get him.
It's not a stray. It's
I
not
caught
a
it
stray.
straight. You called me a nun.
No.
You promised you
Okay.
wouldn't call me that again.
Don't you remember when we used to talk about your nun ways? That has changed. I'm talking about in the past. When
Do you
we
believe I'm a changed woman?
I do. It's crazy. You said you liked sex. That was crazy to me. Never thought I'd hear
now
that.
you're just taking the fucking piss.
No, I'm being serious. I really never thought I'd hear that from you. You liking sex?
When it's good, it's good.
I know, but you were just like, remember when you're like, this?
Yeah, no, it didn't.
And we were like, what? We high-fived
The
and
first
everything.
time I had one, I had two.
You see what I'm saying?
Back to back.
So I'm here for
and
that.
I was like, this is what I've been missing.
I'm here for that. So I'm glad you can enjoy these things.
Thank you.
Thanks for writing in, Drewski.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Kayla.
I already said thank you to Kayla. I ain't saying thank you again.
And thank you to Mark. And congratulations to Mark.
I was looking at you like, who else is there? Because there was Mark, but I remembered his name. But I'm like, what else? Who are you thanking?
Just all the questions.
Oh, okay. No, I know. I was so confused for a second, but I got you. I got you.
I think we're gonna wrap it up here for this episode.
Please.
Actually, no. One last thing. Before this episode, Des and I each did an online
Shit. Yeah.
autism test to
Don't laugh.
see. I'm smiling. I'm not laughing. We wanted to see because both of us feel we feel like we've been touched with the Tism.
Yes.
Some of us have been brushed lightly. Some of us have been
Caressed.
like
Yeah.
death grip.
Yeah.
So, okay. Whose results?
I'll
I think
I'll
mine
go
first.
Yours first? Okay.
Like you read mine.
Okay.
So he has my results. I have his. We don't know what it is. It's just like an online test. This is not an official diagnosis. It was just a free online test. Like we just got to preface this. This is for shits and gigs. It's not,
Yeah, exactly.
like chill, guys.
Okay.
I'm nervous. It's going to say I have autistic tendencies. I know it. Don't laugh so hard.
I'm laughing because you said I know it. That's what's funny.
I feel it.
Your results from your autism quiz showed signs of someone who has a, and I say,
What are you saying?
and I say in bold because it is in bold letters, significant
number of autistic traits and tendencies. That's what yours says.
The fuck? What number do you have? It gave a number.
Yours was 31.
Yours was 33.
Wait.
Come at me, bruh.
Wait. Is it like golf, like where the lower number is?
No.
Yeah. All bold. Your autism quiz showed signs of someone who has a significant number of autistic traits or tendencies.
Can you imagine everybody says that?
This indicates that seeking further testing from a healthcare professional is a good idea.
Yeah.
That means I'm more autistic than you? I just think that I'm a little more special.
The thing is, I think yours says that because a lot of yours was more leaning towards us feeling like you have ADHD.
Maybe.
So I think that's why yours might be.
You think having undiagnosed ADHD might be masking my undiagnosed autism?
Yes. Yeah. Correct.
He for sure has a little something. Correct. What is wrong with you?
I felt like you're right. Yeah.
Okay. No, you can agree without all that.
Strongly agree.
Now we're going to end the episode. Des, where can they find you?
You can find me at DesiD18 on Instagram.
There's no underscore? Desi underscore?
No,
you're
no.
right. I thought you were going to say something about...
No, what did you think?
I thought you were just going to... What?
No. I want to know what you think because I was going to say something different.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a dig at someone who wrote in. It was? it was going to be at Kayla?
I had to wheel it back.
Because I feel like you were more receptive to Drew's answer. You were receptive to both.
You know what?
But Kayla's...
I was only if you had read Drew's first, I would have been more receptive to Kayla's. It's because I already heard it, so I was like, okay, I'm prepared.
Drew's thing was more like, yo, bro, like
you're
my
wrong.
homie.
Yeah, like
and Kayla
you're
was
right,
like,
but you're wrong.
Kayla was like, you're wrong, and I have, you know what? You take out a list and it like falls on.
I was okay with that. It's
course,
only because you read Kayla's first why I was so heated, and then because I was already heated, hearing Drew's was just like whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like the pot's already boiling.
Ooh, my cup runneth over.
At
Joe,
Janelle Wilson. And of course, the podcast at The Square Room on everything. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next Tuesday.